Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has formed a potential upside impulse from yesterday's low. Way too small to really be clear or reliable. Hardly reliable on this time frame, but we're going to take a look at the smaller degree structure, how it is developing, how it's coming together. It certainly is a first potential, let's say, upside reversal signal. But we need to hold a higher low now in the pullback. You might remember we had here also a micro 5-wave move up. That was actually a decent size, but it couldn't hold a higher low. Well, it tried to, but it failed. And that again shows us that these are no certainties. Yeah, this is all about likelihoods and probabilities, but there are no certainties in these markets. So what we are tracking here on this chart, we're tracking a corrective pullback still. Not an impulsive move down, no, a corrective pullback, which then might lead to another rally to 126k plus. Here, the 178.6 extension up there. So I'm going to zoom in and we'll take a look at the nanostructure. Before we do that, quick reminder, we're tracking here an A, B, C structure to the downside in the yellow scenario. A low might be in, but it takes a break above resistance to confirm further that a low is in. So while we have a 5-wave move up from the low, it really is too small to really be a proper reversal signal, but it is enough to be to tell us we should watch this structure very, very closely because it is an early indication. It's not a full confirmation for a reversal, but something promising. Most promising signal we've had since the decline started on Thursday there. And what I wanted to do before we zoom in and take a look at the nanostructure, someone asked me if I don't have a bearish scenario for Bitcoin. Yeah, of course. I mean, if we break support here, then it means that a more substantial top could have formed. And I shared in my first video today and also yesterday, I talked about the larger time frame chart and where the next larger correction could land. I also posted that on X yesterday, the larger time frame chart, right, like the weekly chart. So yeah, there are bearish scenarios, but here sometimes in these videos, we only really focus on intraday structures. And it's this support zone through which we basically track the, you could say, bearish scenario. So we're still tracking a correction to the downside, but within a larger uptrend. That's because of the structure to the downside. It's overlapping. However, that pullback has been quite deep, but not deep enough to make me really bearish. Not yet, at least. I know a lot of people get bearish when something like that happens, a pullback, but pullbacks are normal. This was a little deeper than it ideally should have been. But then again, other charts have really held well, have been holding really well, like Ethereum especially. H-bar have been holding their relevant support levels extremely well. And I think I mentioned it in the last video today that, the Bitcoin chart, it actually looks, in my opinion, more healthy than, for example, the Ethereum chart looks more healthy than what Bitcoin has done, right, in this correction. But again, we talk about that in the Ethereum video. Now, let us take a look at the shorter time frame, 15-minute chart. This is what I mean. This is a potential 5-wave move up. Especially this up here could be an internal 5th wave. Now, to be fair, it might be an A wave in wave 4. Again, this is where levels are more important than nanostructures. What we now need to see to keep the focus on higher prices is a corrective pullback, and the price needs to hold in any pullback above 112,600. Doesn't mean this level needs to be tested. It's more like support. So we can test it, or we don't have to. It's more like a set of parameters, these support levels, that need to hold and be respected in order to keep a potential upside reversal signal alive. Now, as I said, it's way too early to confirm a full-scale upside reversal, but it's a good start. And if the next pullback is corrective, and so far it is, then we might see prices go a little higher. And if we break above 116,220, then it's even more likely that a low has been struck. So we want to see a corrective pullback hold, break above this local top that formed at 114,800, and then break above 116,220. That would also involve a break above these swing highs here from Friday, the 1st of August. So that tells you a lot about what we are now watching for. It's possible a 5-wave move up is complete or nearly complete. So the support area is there. If we get another high, then this support zone needs to be adjusted a little higher. And I will move it up should the price still grind higher. But it's somewhat promising. Obviously still too small, still too fragile, but I think that has come across. Definitely something to watch. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates. Feel free to join us here. There are some additional video updates that you find here that we're not publishing on YouTube. There's some additional stuff. You can ask questions, post updates. There's also stuff about trading, Elliott Wave, and much more. So I'll post a link in the description and comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.